Imagine a world without choices. Imagine you can't make your own decision. That wouldn't be a world for me. That wouldn't be a world for you. UIC.
Tell them we're gonna be stronger. Together we can make it right. Our purpose is a better Jamaica for you and I. Gonna be stronger together. Time we all just unify. Our purpose is a better Jamaica for you and I. It is a natural right for every human being to be free. Free, so free. So the government is there to protect you and me. UIC objective is to liberate the citizens from colonial bondage, them regulation, them taxation. Rob Jamaica, we independent. Be stronger together we can make it right. Our purpose is a better Jamaica for you and I. We're gonna be stronger together. Come, we all just unify. Our purpose is a better Jamaica for you and I.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of UIC Liberty TV. My name is Douglas Harper. Glad to have you guys on. Let me see who is in the chat already, because I see the chat look like it's blowing up already. Wow, Lion Will the Jungle. In it to win it, man. Mr. Patterson and UIC on the move to uplift Jamaican people. That's right. JMH, good night Uniters. Good night JMH. Good night NS. Good night, Eunice Brown. Eunice Brown night. Bless up yourself. So, tonight we have a special show. Kayan Brown. Bless up yourself. Good night. Tonight we have a special show and we're dealing with our ongoing issue with the security. Well, not with the security guards, but with helping security guards. So, tonight we're actually looking at how so many security guards have been basically been exploited over the years because they were classified as contract workers and not employees. And so there are a lot of benefits that should have been given to them that weren't given to them. And in some cases, they were, you know, some cases they were extremely treated very badly. Some people were injured on the job, some people, you know, had issues, and how the companies have been dealing with these issues is really a problem. So we're going to be talking with a couple of security guards and getting their stories on the matter. But before I do that, I just want to know, guys, how did you guys, well, and I know from the comments that I read last night, but how did you like last night's show? Last night was a pre-recorded show, and I was having issues with the video. I hope you guys were okay. I didn't see anybody saying anything in the comments, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And just drop in the comment if you really liked it, if you like that format, if you'd like us to do more of that kind of format. Let us know in the comments. All right, so also, before we kick off the program, I have a big announcement to make. We've hit a huge milestone. So, you know, for a long time, we've been saying, you know, share the live and, you know, subscribe to the channel. And so now, as of, I think it was, today's what, Thursday? So as of Tuesday, we hit 5,000 subscribers. Yay, cue the confetti and fireworks. Yeah, so we have 5,000 subscribers that have subscribed to UIC Liberty TV. And so I just want to thank you all for subscribing, all of you subscribers, and I encourage you all to share the channel, share the lives. Really want to be providing good content for you. So when you're sharing, you're not sharing something that people don't want to watch, but something that, you know, is watchable for people. So yeah, big up. Thank you guys. Really couldn't have done it without you. And yes, JMH, we're actually over 5,000 now. And so we really appreciate all you guys subscribing and of course sharing, liking and commenting. All right, so the second point to make now is we had a very important day today. Well, Mr. Patterson had a very important day today. He went to court today. So for many of you that are watching this for the first time, don't know what Mr. Patterson or who Mr. Patterson is or what happened, why he's in court. Last year, September 22, the UIC staged a march for good governance. And he was arrested, Mr. Patterson was arrested and was charged. And so, you know, he's had to go to court. And they've kind of stretched this thing out for as long as they can. So they went to court today, him and the two other young people that were co-accused with him or arrested with him. And it's really a pity, you know, because they had about 500 people on the march. And they only arrested Mr. Patterson and those two people. Like, why not arrest everyone? Everybody was there on the march. So why only 3 people? Why not 10? Why not 20? Why not, you know, the 500 of them? So anyway, he was arrested and, you know, he's had to go through to court. And so today was his court date. And we have a little video from today. So I'll play that for you guys and come back and talk. And then we get into the meat of our program, right? All right, so here we go.
We're here at the Half-a-Tree Courthouse, where we've just gone through another exercise of the court. As you can recall, myself and these 2 young persons were arrested September 22nd last year. So we're still going through the courts right now. So today we were at court again. Unfortunately, our lawyer, Mr. U. Wildman, was unable to show up. In fact, he mistakenly thought that the case was going to be in Mandeville because I also have a Mandeville case there. And so he wasn't here on time. I think he was making his way here now. The judge has pretty much put off the case until December 14th. We're going to be back here again December 14th. But boy, it was a very, very long wait. A very long, painful wait. We go about 2 hours from St. Louis. Where are you coming from?
I'm from Trelawney.
How long was that? How long did it take to get here? 2.5 hours from Trelawney. And you're coming from, yeah, he's in Kingston. But altogether, it took us a while, 2.5 hours for her, 2.5 hours for me. But we're here now. But we're here from 10 a.m. this morning. And it's now a few minutes to 1, 25 minutes to 1. So it's a long, painful sitting here at court. It's a pity that our lawyer, Mr. Wildman, wasn't here this morning. It's a pity that we had to wait so long. And it's a pity that he thought that the case was going to be in Mandeville. But we do have a case in Mandeville as well, because they charged me under the DRMA for Mandeville and for DRMA and the Public Order Act here as well in Kingston when we did the march. But how are you guys feeling? Are you up for the task?
Well, the journey is long. I'm asking Jamaica, my fellow Jamaicans, my fellow United fighters, my fellow UIC members, don't forget about us. And because we're still fighting for the cause. And you may not be at court, you may not be charged, but we are all in this together. And that's why we're asking to stand with us, continue to fight with us. We are looking for your support. We are looking for you guys to be here with us because we are in this together. I was so disappointed when I've been here before 10. I've always been in court. The lawyer didn't show up, and that was very, very, very disappointing. But we are still here in the fight, and we are looking to come back on December 14, 2022. And we are expecting everyone to come together, rally with us, because this is still cause for every Jamaican. So we are looking for your support, and we're asking you to continue to support the UIC, continue to support Mr. Patterson and all the members of the UIC, all the counties and every parish that are supporting us. We're asking you to continue to support our in this together. And don't forget about us, Jamaica. Don't forget about the cause, don't forget about the fight. You understand, we can't give up. And we know it's hard, but we plan to do it hard, and giving up is not an option. So continue to support us and advocate to see you online and in person.
Okay, so I like what you just said a while ago, which is do not forget about us. We're doing this for you, for all Jamaicans. It just so happens that we're the ones who have to support, but this is for all of us Jamaicans. What do you say about that?
What I do know, we're representing all walks of life in Jamaica, including a compound town, and also in the country where our Maroons are right now, and they're trying to also fight for their liberties as well. So any injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere, as we all know. So it's now time for us to stand up for justice here, so that everyone else can have the justice.
Now remember, justice delayed is justice denied. And we have been denied justice for over a year now. From September 22nd last year, 2021, to now we're in November 2022. The Supreme Court has decided not to rule on case until June 14th of 2023. And here we are at the parish court, and unfortunately we have to be here for a long time waiting only to be told that December 14th. But I'm very impressed by these young people because they have shown the stamina and the grit to stand up for you, to stand up for us, to stand up for all Jamaicans. And all we are is that all of us, everywhere, stand together and fight for one Jamaica because we're stronger together. Thank you very much. Take care.
And Mr. Patterson always said,
Yeah.
justice is greater than any law.
Absolutely.
Don't forget about us, right? In the fight together. God bless you.
And vote UIC.
Thank you.
Yes, very important. Vote UIC. So that's the video, guys, of after Mr. Patterson. Well, they weren't able to even go into court because their lawyer somehow thought that the court case was in Mandeville, which I find a bit strange, but that's another matter to discuss on another day. As you can see, it's just been pushed back again to December 14th, I think they said. Or is it December 7th? I don't remember the date, sorry. So Andre Griffiths is saying, your lawyer, Hugh Wildman, is a JLP activist, and Mr. Patterson should have known better. He is going to work with the government to sink you all from day one. Mr. Patterson should never use him. He's going to give you a 649 watch. Okay, well, thanks for that information, Andre. As I said, you know, we can only do what we can do based on the information that we have. So, yeah, so we are going back to court, or, well, yes, we, along with Mr. Patterson, because, you know, Mr. Patterson is representing us. That's, you know, the 500 of us who are representing the rest of the country. So we're going to court on, we're going back to court in December. All right, so on to the meat of the matter of the show. So tonight we're dealing with security guards being exploited. All right, so I have a special guest on our show tonight. Her name is Miss Brown, and she was unfortunately injured while at the office of her company. So she went into her company for something, and we'll hear the story. And she was injured while she was there, but she was later terminated without cause, while still suffering the related health issues that she had from that incident. Now, the employer used a clause in her contract to say that she may be, or a clause in the contract that says that she may be terminated without explanation with 2 weeks pay. And so they used that to get rid of her. And so we're gonna hear her story right now. bring her in. Miss Brown, welcome to the show. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Pleasant good night, everyone.
Good
Okay,
night.
I'm doing okay so far. Give thanks to God. If it wasn't for
Mhm.
Him give me strength, I would be here today. But
And
as you said before, it's
before you get
unfortunate.
into, before you get into the story, where, how long have you been a security guard?
I was with that company for 4 years, 4 years, 1 month and a week
Okay, and you weren't with
overall.
any other company before then?
Excuse me.
You weren't with any other company before then?
Yes, I was with a company before
Uh-huh.
I transferred to that one.
That one. All right, so how long have you been a security guard, just in general?
In total, over say 7 years in
7
total.
years. Okay.
In
All
seven
right.
years in total.
All right. So, and this particular company you were working with for 4 years.
Right.
Okay. So tell your story now. So you're working with this company, and what happened?
Okay. While I was working there, what happened is that they were doing some changes with uniforms. So I get a call, spoke with someone by the name, for the uniform department. And she told me to come there the following day at 8 in the morning. Right. So due to I leave from where I was working, finish duty from there, head straight to there to rectify about the uniform changes and so forth. Due to at the moment of time, the uniform room wasn't open, so I was waiting on the compound where that's where the tailor department was. I was waiting. I was standing right there waiting for the uniform room to open to get. Due to I was turning to my back turn where I was looking over the kennel section where they have the dogs. I only know myself on the ground, like I see myself on the ground, which when I wonder, oh, what happened? When I look around, I realize I get a hit. I get the hit from the service vehicle, the company vehicle, which it was a supervisor who I aware of, which always come and location checks. And I end up calling him and I said, no, that he had hit me down where he, came out of the vehicle.
So he basically reversed into you without him
Yeah,
knowing.
I didn't expect you to get reversed into due to the where I was standing. So
Okay.
when I get
Right.
due to the impact, what's happened, he didn't say nothing much more than he was trying to apologize at the time, saying that he didn't see me. So I was from at the moment doing I was traumatized, shaking and everything. As the security officer was working at the gate, she assists me by giving me a seat to sit down, due to the scratches and the condition I was in. Same time when I saw the uniform room open, I gained access there. The young miss inside there assisted me with some alcohol, cotton, and everything. Then I saw the zone chief, speak with the zone chief, let him know what happened to me. He suggested that the person who hit me down should take me to a doctor. At the same time, the person was not to be found. But due to all of that what transpired, I noticed that the person I get assisted go and I end up go home. When all the conditions, no one no call, I don't hear no calling, no nothing at all.
Mm-hmm.
I reported to work because I was doing night duty, so I would still report it to work. I tough it out and go to work. Go to work in the night. That's when I start to feel some pains, left, right, and center. After all the pains I've experienced in the night, that's when the driver who hit me down, he came on the location to do checks. I showed him my condition, and the only thing that the person could tell me that he don't have no money to pay for no medical expense. I should just write a report and send it to HR, let them deal with it. Bill it a company vehicle. So I was like, really? That's how you're doing it, do things? Okay.
So he hit you down, and he's
He
saying
hit
that
me.
you should write a letter to HR
Yes.
about your injury.
About what happened. Yes.
About what happened. Okay.
Yes.
So was there any report that was made either by him or by you to the HR?
I wrote my report the same night. I wrote the report to submit it the following day, which I did end up have to go to the doctor due to the condition I was experiencing at the time, the pain, the old pain and everything. So I went to the doctor in the morning. Then I submitted, after I see the doctor, went to the office and I submitted the report and the doctor receipt and everything that I'd seen the doctor that day as well.
Mm-hmm.
The HR personnel said to me that I should see whatever doctor I see, I should let them submit the medical report to the company. I even asked him to give a letter writing that I could have the doctor to see what they said, but they give me the runaround. They started to give me the runaround, telling me, they're telling me to do things, but at the end of the day, they're not doing their parts.
Right.
You understand? So just where now I, started to get a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Where to get further advice how to go about this, because I get hit down on the compound. I speak with the HR because the HR was giving me the runaround. They're telling me to do all the things, telling that they will reimburse me. And at the end of the day, no reimbursement, no nothing. So it was drawing so much concern, which I made a report to the police station as well, let them know what happened. And that's how everything went to the lawyer, talk with the lawyer, which the lawyer tell me all is well. Down in the process, continue seeing my medical. Realize the lawyer start to back off. Like, some different things start to take place. I wondered what's going on. So when I spoke with the lawyer going to turn to me and tell me that they don't wish to go no further with my matter because I'm not giving them time to deal with my matter effectively or anything. I was like, what?
You aren't giving them time.
Yes, me not give them enough time to deal with my matter effectively. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I signed a contingency with you. That in the process of the time, so the lawyer is telling me if for them to do anything else otherwise from what they're supposed to do, I have to come up front $70,000. When I said I didn't sign any contingency concerning that in that format. So all these changes of a sudden. Yes, that's how come they give me a letter tell me that they don't wish to go any further. Due to I didn't give them time. Where I was just needed some answers. How far the matter going? If they're gonna compensate me, what is going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Then so, afterwards,
sorry to break you. What kind of time period was it? So when was it that this incident happened at your office?
June 19, 2019.
June 19, 2019. And
yes.
Then so when did the lawyer say to you that they are no longer going to take your case? How long was that?
They told me they said that they no go wish to go further on the 22nd, 2020.
22nd of June?
22nd of April, 2020.
Oh, April,
sorry.
April. Okay. All right, so from June to April, and they're saying that you're rushing them, or you're not giving them enough time, sorry. You're not giving them enough time to deal with your matter.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead, continue.
So that's a period of time which that time I had that's when I have more medical expense coming on me and everything, which I was letting them know that due to the company stated that they will stand the medical on the medical expense. It's just that they don't put it in writing, but they had told me that. I said it to him for him to, if he could get it in writing, that is a lawyer. And he started to, giving me back every document saying that it's on me. I was like, what is going on here?
When you say it's on you, what do you mean?
Like the medical expense is on me.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I should be the one to deal with it. My doctor, at the time, the doctor that I was seeing, I was exercising some bleeding condition in the process of the medical. The doctor referred for me to do a surgery where it's needed for me to do like a laparoscopy and a thoracoscopy in the there. So I was like, okay. I said personnel. She told me that to tell her to give an invite for that. To see the amount and everything. To do all of that. And it's like from then get that, everybody started to be reluctant. Nothing, everything, it's like I was just doing my own thing. Like, I don't exist anymore. I was trying to sweep my matter underneath the carpet.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Due to all of that period going through all that, round around the Jericho with these people, afterwards, I went to see, and the lawyers dismissed me. That lawyer dismissed me. Afterwards, I went back to the company to speak with someone. When I get to understand, they do changes, some changes are made. That's what they're telling me. But I know, no changes not really made, but I just work with what they said. I speak with the administrator, the administrator which have with me, I spoke with her. And the greeting the administrator gave me said, "Hi, good afternoon, Miss Brown. I see you and your doctor friends." My doctor friends. And lawyer friends. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I was there listening, and she asked me what happened, told her what transpired, what taking place. Till in that point in time, after they let me see my doctor, they want me to see the company doctor. I asked, why didn't you, place that in for me at first when I write the report and everything? Which nobody will call to find out what am I doing. Nobody did not visit me. Nobody no call. Nobody do nothing. Not even to have a meeting with me and the driver to exercise what transpired, what to solve anything. They don't do nothing like that. Nothing.
Wow.
When she asked, when I was there talking to her, saying okay to proceed to further my medical attention, I would have to see the company doctor. That time my doctor did already requested for me to do an MRI. She turned to me, said to proceed, I would have to see their doctor. I did refuse at first. And then afterwards, when I speak to a lawyer, they said I should go to make, to show that the accident caused for me what take place with me now. And I end up, make up my mind and went. I went to the doctor because I'd have to go to the doctor first to show them they're very entreating that they wanted me to do that first before they could do the MRI, And I was like, wow, look at this. Look what is the position they placed me in. I went to the doctor, speak with the doctor, let the doctor ask what happened, I let him know what happened. See, their doctor even said, but he should have, why the driver didn't take me to him from that happened? Why they're waiting so long? So this is foolishness. That's what the doctor said. And I said, sir, It's better you say it than me right now. And that's where he check up on me, and he see that I have the swelling in my back. He saw that I was going through serious condition there, where he said, wow. So he told me to go ahead and go do the MRI. Do the MRI, come back, tell me, you know, what the conditions are, give me some medications, and gave me a 1 month sick leave. He submitted the 1 month. He was the one who submitted the 1 month sick leave. Said that he gonna talk with them to let them know what, you know, the exam and see and so forth. Due to all of what's going on, they were, you know, still dragging their feet in the process. Afterward, he don't know what's going on until he said he want to write the report, give them, because it's clearly that the heat caused for me exercising the pain and suffering. That's at that point. So I have a lifetime pain condition. That's what the doctor said. So he said he talked with them.
You have a lifetime pain condition.
Condition, right? So
this is something that's going to be for the rest of your life. You're going to be
rest of my life, yes.
Wow. Go ahead.
So from there, I don't know what happened after you write the reports, where, you know, they have their meeting, but I wasn't in it. I don't know what transpired. I don't know what taking place. When the sick leave was running out, I called and asked for the sick leave. He was saying that I should talk with the company personnel to find out if, you know, if I'm still gonna let him be the one to see me, because it's like he come to the part where they have to pay him, and it's like they started to have issues. I don't know what it is, but they started to, you know, be reluctant, until I only get a call saying that I should come to the office. That time I was in so much pain. Trust me, I was in so much pain. I have to force myself out to go there, thinking something good. When I look, they said to me they're going to terminate me. They take back the ID, which they did do a new ID for me, which will be expired that last year. They take my ID and submitted me the termination letter, saying that they will pay week in the back and vacation expense, and I should get a legal representation to come and make my claim. I do try and get a legal representation. When I get the lawyer, and let them know, the lawyer said, I have a case. But surprisingly, last year, from the insurance investigator came and speak with me in their office. Surprisingly, since here, because I've been doing checking to find out what, you know, updates are. When since in the summer, in July, I get a call from the lawyer saying to me that they're not going no further. They're not going no further with my matter, because it's a court matter, which they're not taking on any more court matter. They only want to take on, they're dealing with who they already have in courts. So they're not taking on anymore. So I should come and pick up my documents.
So this is the second lawyer that has said to you
that
they're not
yes.
taking their money.
Right. Due to the insurance stated they're not standing no reliability, no compensation, no nothing. After that, that's what they said.
So you were terminated. What date was that? The termination?
For the security company or the lawyer?
The security company.
The security company was February 2, 2021.
So from February 2, 2021 till you said July of this year?
Yes, the lawyer needs to come back for my documents.
So in July this year, the lawyer told it. So for a year, more than a year, well, this is serious. This is serious. So now you don't have a job. You're at home.
I was trying to, you know, due to, you know, my expense was coming down on me. financial expenses is coming down on me and everything.
Right.
Bills, rent, everything coming down. I try to bear through with the pain. I try to bear through with the pain to get another security job. Another unfortunate happened where right now I don't wish to talk about it because it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming right now.
You don't have to talk about it. But let's get back to that incident with that company. So I'm trying to understand. So what was the reason, or what was their basis for terminating you?
They don't say anything. They know that they don't say anything more than he said. Let me find the paper because I don't want to say anything out of my. Give me a minute, please.
Yeah, sure. So while she's finding that paper, this is the kind of things that security guards have to deal with people in Jamaica. Rough, and I've been hearing reports from several security guys that they're being treated any which way, and if they report certain things, then they're victimized. Whether it is they're given less rosters, or the post that they're at shifts and changes, or they have to do overtime, like triple overtime. So it's of a situation where a lot of the security companies are treating their workers literally like slaves. They have them working. I mean, I'm hearing stories of security guards working 3 overtime, like back to back. So double shift back to back, sorry. That can't work. I mean, you need to sleep, you need to eat, you need to rest. These are important things that unfortunately our security guards are dealing with. You found the paper, Miss Brown?
Give me a minute, please.
All right. While you're finding that, let me read some comments. So Wade Noble says the UIC has a better system for all Jamaicans. Definitely. Absolutely. Then buy out the lawyers. I think so too, 3M Martin. 100%. People, please vote. Please note that the trade unions are controlled by the colonial parties. They all collude against the working people. Who can we trust? That's a serious question, Mr. Romans. Serious question. Who can we trust right now? Mr. Romans is right. The trade unions are literally in bed with the political parties. And so these are the trade unions are supposed to represent the workers, yes? But how can you represent the workers if you're in cahoots or in, partnership or agreement or whatever it is with, the colonial parties? That can't work. So really, who can you really trust now? As a worker, how do your issues get resolved? Alan Scott says, I'm busy, bumper sticker, better roads ahead. When will they free up the game changer? Why, a good question, Wade. Alan Scott says, your lawyer made a deal. 100%, I feel that way too. Delaware Henry, UIC TV family and staff, UK shout out. If we're going to be masters of our destiny, we must be masters of ideas that influence our destiny. 100% agree. Absolutely, Mr. Henry.
Yes.
He says, if the head
I'm here.
is okay, you found the paper?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, man.
So what they stated in the letter, can it be advised that your service will be terminated effectively February 2, 2021, in keeping with clause 19 of your signed contractual agreement online below. They requested 14 days notice pay, which will be made available to you at the earliest. And I should bring in all the particulars for the company for them to submit. So they don't say anything what they know, so, they know because the administrator told me that they see that I cannot do nothing strenuous, I cannot do nothing. So they already know, but they said that I should come and make the claim with a representative. I do try to get a representative, and then out of the blues, representative telling me that I should come back for my documents.
So when you got the termination letter, were you working a steady like Rasta?
Yes, I was working. Yes, I was working on a steady Rasta.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
And the date that you got the termination letter was February 2nd? Or was
I wasn't fully recovered from my injury from those time. I didn't fully recover. I was still at home. I was at home, but they were paying me. But in the period of the time, knowing that they tell me to see the company doctor, when they tell me to see the company doctor, and the company doctor let them know exactly what happened, what transpired with me. From there, that's where they terminated me.
Okay. Well, this is something that is serious. So how are you feeling now as it relates to the injury?
Honestly, I've been going through, to be honest, sir, I've been going through some pain I never even experienced in my lifetime. So feel the pain. That's what I remember when the doctor said, "What is a lifetime pain?" I say, "This is the pain the doctor talk about me gonna feel for life." And these people said they're not gonna do no compensation, but not lying. Wicked, the wicked.
Wow.
Wicked.
That is crazy. So
and what I realized too, they not even the driver called to say nothing, or show any sympathy, nothing at all. I don't know what to say about this person. I don't have him up or anything.
I mean, during this whole time period,
no contact,
never since you saw him with the night that you were at your
yes, at the location, yes.
Right. That's so it. Since then, he's had no communication with you.
No communication, nothing.
These are the type of things that our security guys are going through. This is crazy. Emma is saying the government of Jamaica is in bed with the security guard company, just like the barons and the British Parliament who refused to abolish slavery. 100%, Emma, 100%. A lot of our politicians are on the board, sit on the boards of these security companies, or have some kind of connection with these security companies. That's why you see everything that's happening now with the security guards. That's why the government is so quiet. Government isn't saying anything. If you notice, you're not hearing the government say anything, and that's one of the reasons. So I'm sorry to hear all of this, Miss Brown. So where are you now? I mean, are you looking for something else now?
Presently, at this point where I'm at now, I'm not able to look anything else at this time.
I understand. Okay.
Right now.
So you're just taking time to heal.
I'm fine. I just need right now. I just need like an attorney to represent. If I can get an attorney to represent me concerning this, for me to get a better understanding what really going on. No matter where, I just don't understand all these two individuals. I say they're attorneys and just my matter just like that.
Well, you have a lot of attorneys that really don't. attorney is supposed to represent the people, right? And you have a lot of attorneys that don't really care about representing the people. It's, you know, who has the most money.
I
And
I learned this in the hard way.
Unfortunately, that is the situation right now. So, Ms. Brown, we will definitely be in touch, though, because you've spoken to Mr. Patterson already. So we'll definitely be in touch. I'm not sure what can be done from UIC's
But as
perspective,
well,
but
though, I'm seeking a job, knowing my condition that I am going through. I'm also I'm trying to see if I can seek a job, you know, but I don't know if a job would take with my condition presently. I don't know, but
would you be able to do something like
need
work
a
from
job.
home situation?
Excuse me?
Would you be able to do something like work from home?
You do that, yes.
Okay. So that's something that you could look into. But we will definitely reach out to you because we definitely have to help in some way, shape, and form with
I
your
would really
case, because this is
appreciate
serious.
it, sir, so much. I would really appreciate it so much.
Yeah, man.
I
So
would appreciate
I
it,
want to
sir.
thank you for coming on and sharing your story. Um, and we will definitely be in touch. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys. So that is Miss Brown, and you heard her story. A really, really hard story to listen to. You know, there's so many things that security guards go through, and especially female security guards. You know, and to hear these kind of stories where, I mean, it could have been, you know, dealt with quite simply. It didn't have to be long and drawn out. It didn't have to end in the situation that we're seeing now. But unfortunately, you know, these companies, they're only for profit and not necessarily for, they don't care about, you know, their workers. So Zereth Neal is asking, is there anyone watching the live who can reach out to the UIC with a job considering her circumstances? Yes, I was actually going to go get to that. Thanks a lot, Zereth or Mr. Neal. Yeah, if anyone can help her in her situation, considering her circumstance, she's not able to do strenuous work, and she may be able to do something like like a work from home situation. If you know something that would benefit and help, that will help her, a kind of job situation that she could apply for, please reach out to the UIC. Let me post the number here. So reach out to us at, oh, it's kind of small, 876-293-0812. That's 876-293-0812. That's if you want to help her. Now, on the other side, if you know someone who's a security guard. So before I get into that, the UIC is right now helping to. So we know the situation with our security guards. Well, if you don't know, let me tell you. Let me give you the history. So in September this year, the Supreme Court ruled. So there was a case happening in court between the NHT and a particular security company. I think it's Guardsman. And in September this year, the Supreme Court ruled that security guards being contracted by or employed by Guardsman are really employees and not contract workers. So that would mean that as employees, they now would be, they would now have access to benefits that an employee gets. And so there has been a kind of slow progression to all of that. So that happened in September, near the end of September. I don't remember the exact date. And now we're in November, and there still are security guards that have not been given or don't know whether they are now seen as an employee, right? Because what happened is with that case with Guardsman and NHT, if the security guards for Guardsman are now considered, or should have always been considered, not now, but should have always been considered employees, then they should have been getting benefits. But also that would now apply to all other security guards that are working in the industry. All other security guards would now be, or should have always been considered employees and not contract workers. And so the security organization, I forgot the name, has been, back and forth. The government, they want the government to change some labor law or rules so that, to change from 60-hour to 40-hour and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And government has been quite silent and everybody's dragging their feet while the security guards are kind of like, what's happening? Are we getting our benefits that we should get? The court has ruled, the court has said, this is the situation. This is not like, somebody said, this is the courts, right? The law has said, right, these people are employees. So what's the deal? So the UIC, of course, being the people party, we're standing up and representing our security guards. And so we have a number of security guards that have shown interest, that have actually, we have over 100 security guards actually, that have shown interest and are willing, or that are open to the UIC being their agent as it relates to this matter, this employee rights matter. And so we're looking into that. Now, why did I say all of that? I'm saying all of that to say that if you know someone who is a security guard, or if you are watching this and you're a security guard yourself, and you would like for the UIC to be your agent in this employee rights matter, please reach out to us at that same number, 876-293-0812. That's 876-293-0812. Reach out to that number on WhatsApp, and in your message, well, you can call, but you can also send a text. In your message, we would like your name, your full name. We would like your phone number, email address, and the security company that you work for. So if you're a security guard watching this, send us your name, phone number, email address, and the company that you work for. Send that information to 876-293-0812. If you know someone who is a security guard, send them this live. Share with them this information, or just tell them the situation, and say, hey, listen, if you'd want somebody to represent you as an agent in this matter, send your name, your email, your phone number, and the company that you work for to this number, 876-293-0812. All right? So let's get in the chat. Let's see what people are saying. Misha Earl says, these modern day slave masters believe themselves above the law. Absolutely. They feel that, and it's part of it is because they've been given that kind of feeling. They've been given the right to feel that way, right? And they're kind of in cahoots. So it's like the background masters in cahoots with or are friends with the slave masters, So they feel like they're part of the club. So they don't have any time to deal with you and your issues. They are going to be doing what they can to get even more closer to the slave masters or colonial masters. Jojoya says the people are kept in the dark. Jamaica is not a real place. The way the media keep the people in the dark. Don't get me started on the media, Jojoya. It's ridiculous. But then you look into things and you say you can't really expect any better because the media houses are owned by the very same people that own the political parties. So, the PSOJ organization, right? Mr. Patterson calls them the oligarchs. they control, they own everything. They own the media houses, the newspapers, the businesses, right? They are the ones that are providing $330 million to both political parties just in election time. Now, election time is just the 2 weeks, or the week, the time from election is called, the date is called, to the actual date, right? So it could be 2 weeks, it could be 3 weeks. But anyway, it's usually around 2 weeks. So during 2 weeks, imagine you getting 330, well, each party getting part of that. So 100 and something million, $330 million in that period, just for election campaigns, right? We're not talking about outside of election campaigns, right? So they are literally controlling our political parties. And so if you guys had watched our show or live last night, you saw one of the residents of Pleasantville say something. He said, you know, one of the things I can't understand with these politicians is that when they're, you know, campaigning, they campaign on behalf of the poor. But when they get in power now, they're working for the rich. And Mr. Patterson says, well, you know why that is? Because they're controlled by the rich, right? The politicians come and say, we love the poor, because they have to love the poor. But why do they really love the poor? Because they can now control the poor. Remember, you're not funding their campaign. You're not funding their campaign. So all we need is your vote. And guess what? We can buy that with, you know, whatever suits you, whether it's $10,000 back or whether it's, you know, whatever. We'll buy your vote. That's all we need, because our money, our funding is coming from somewhere else, right? So we have a situation that is, I mean, I don't know how people right now in Jamaica can even be comfortable with what's happening right now. I mean, outside of the you know, the crime and the corruption and the health scare system that we have. I mean, outside of that, just look at our governance and just look at what's been happening for the last 78 years. Nothing really. And you're saying to yourself, I don't know how we can't say to ourselves, all right, this has been happening like for the last 78 years. We can't see that this not working. At some point, when do we wake up and say, no, this can't work? All right, so them come and basically buy our votes. Let's not sell our vote. Let's instead have someone that we can put our money behind to represent us. Since they already have people they have people paying for them to represent them, because that's who they're representing, right? Why don't we now pool our funds together and have someone in our community, you know, that will represent us, and have those people go up and represent us. And so that is what the UIC is really trying to bring about, this grassroots movement from the bottom up, building a grassroots movement where it's not about third-party financing or special interest group financing. It's about grassroots people financing. You need to now finance your own political party that is going to look out for you in the same way that the other two are looking out for the people that are funding them, right? So, sorry, long answer to your question, to your point, Jojoya. Let's see, keep Romans. People, remittance from the diaspora. Oh, Mr. Romans. You know, when I found out about that figure, I was shocked. Remittance from the diaspora is about 300 billion US dollars a year. 300 billion, you know, with a B, not million, billion US dollars a year. What is the contribution from the PSOJ? Not even close. Do not let them fool you. I mean, 300 billion. So you've become an economic refugee, as Mr. Patterson loves to put it, right? You had to leave Jamaica to look at better. Alan Scott says 3.3 billion. You had to leave Jamaica to seek a better way of life for you, right? And sometimes it's for your family, because sometimes the family comes with you. But most times you go and your family's back home, and you're sending remittances back home, along with, let's not forget the barrels. Let's not forget barrels. Let's not forget the barrels. So not only are you sending money, or you're sending kind, or you're sending, you know, I don't know what you want to call it, other things, right? So, I mean, you guys in the diaspora are a very key component, a huge component to Jamaica and our upliftment. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, we understand why the other two colonial parties don't want to get the diaspora involved. Because you see, you've left Jamaica and you've gone abroad and you've seen how you can actually have somewhere that the roads are good. You can actually have somewhere where you have parks that you can go and just relax. Or, you know, you have street light, you have proper sidewalks, you have fixed address. So you can get mail and things. You don't have to walk, you know, a mile down the road to the post office. Mail is dropped off, right? I mean, you experience these things and you're like, oh, wow. So why can't this work in Jamaica? Why can't this work in Jamaica? And so they don't want you to come back with these ideas, these grand ideas and these grand, because you've now experienced a whole different life, a whole different way of living. And you're saying, but I can experience this here. There are a lot of people in Jamaica that were, a lot of people may have thought, oh, well, you know, good for nothing, can't do nothing. And then they go abroad and they make something out of themselves. You know, start businesses or whatever. You know what I mean? Why is it? Why is it that, and I'm not saying that, you know, you in the diaspora are wealthy, but why is it that you're now able to do some amazing things with the little that you have over there or in the diaspora, but you can't do it here in Jamaica? Big issue. And so one of the things the UIC is going to do is we're going to roll out the red carpet for our friends in the diaspora. We're going to roll out the red carpet. You can come back to Jamaica, bring back everything. If you want to bring back your house, if you can bring back your house, bring back your house. Bring back your knowledge, bring back your businesses, bring all of that back. Because we need that to build Jamaica. We need a whole different way of thinking to build Jamaica, because the way of thinking that we're experiencing right now is not getting us anywhere, unfortunately. Right? The last 78 years has proven that. So we want to welcome you with open arms, roll out the red carpet for you. You're able to come back, no, you don't have to pay tax, no duty, nothing like that. Bring back your things and help start businesses, you know, help to build now the country, you know, help to start to employ people, right? And start to get the economy going. And that's one of the big planks for the UIC. So I talk too much. Mr. Patterson is rubbing off on me. Lovely to have you guys on. I thank you guys for being on the live stream this evening. If you would please rate, I should have said this earlier, please rate this show this evening. And be honest, be honest, be real. If you didn't get much value from this, you can put a 10. But if you got a lot of value, put 100, right? So 0 to 100. Be honest. We really need the feedback, because it's from this feedback we're saying, okay, you know, we need more content like this, or we need more shows or programs like this, right? So rate the show, rate tonight's show. Kirk says 100%. Thank you, Kirk. I need to get in contact with you, Kirk. Sorry. I got your number, but time. Leroy Falconer says it's systematic exploitation all across Jamaica. Citizens are being treated like pieces of cloth. I thought you were going to say something else, but yeah, cloth is a nice word. I agree with you, Mr. Faulkner. Patricia Burgess, 100. Thank you, Patricia. Alan Scott, it might stop soon. Maximum transfer to Jamaica will be $300 per month. Wow. Wade Noble, they're taking us for fools. Of course, for 78 years, and we bought the trick. We bought the trick. We're allowing them to take us for fools, you know. If we stand up one day, if we all of us get up and say enough is enough, no more. We've had it. It stops here, then it stops. But you know, the more we, you know, dilly-dally and get caught up with all these things that are happening, and it's part of the reason why there's so much happening in the news. You know, there's so much, oh, this happening and that happening. And there's a reason for that. Kind of distract you as to what's going on. You know, let them be concerned about all these different. And I don't want to think that these things are not important, right? They are. But I'm just saying, the most important things, we're not being shared. Those things aren't being shared. Those things, we're not talking about those things, right? And so we're being distracted. And then, you know, behind closed doors or behind, it's like a magic trick, you know. A magician does something, you know, to keep your attention over here. And while your attention is over here, he's doing something over here, you know. And that's all that's happening. And so there's so much happening, so much happening, so much happening. And there's a lot happening behind closed doors, you know, a lot. So guys, we need to stand up and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. Sylvester says 100%. Keith Romans 1,000 plus. Thank you, Uncle Keith. Emma Reynolds, this is an invitation to all Canadians on this live chat to join the UIC WhatsApp Canadian group. Oh, so we do have a WhatsApp Canadian group. Thanks for saying that, Emma. So please, if you are a Canadian on this live, please, how do they get in contact with us at that same number, 876-293-0812, and we will put you in touch with those people that are running the UIC WhatsApp Canadian group. Very important, guys. VDI Truth 100%. Misha Earl has flames. Thank you, Misha. Carol Spence 100. Tax-free, never in the history of Jamaica. Never in the history of Jamaica, Wade. Trust me. Wade says definitely 200. Lady says the power is in the hands of the people and not the government. Lady, you hit the nail on the head. Without us, the people, there would be no government. Oh, without us, the people, there would be no government. 100% right, Lady. I can see that you've been in class. You've been taking notes in class. Thank you, guys. Howard Foster is asking Emma, how do we join? Howard, just comment, or sorry, send a message to 876-293-0812, and we will get you to get into the Canadian WhatsApp group. So Howard, send a message to 876-293-0812 and tell them that you would like to be added in your message. Say that you want to be added to the Canadian WhatsApp group, and we'll put you in contact. If we don't put you in the group, we'll actually give you the contact so you're able to get in the group. All right, Howard. So thank you all. Kirk, I'm living in Canada. Oh, Kirk, so you should be in the group as well. Thank you, Alan. Good job, Mr. Harper. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming on and staying with us for 1 hour and 9 minutes. I really appreciate you guys for every night coming on and hearing what we have to say. Sometimes the information is not as exciting, you know, but I guess the value of it is what's important. And so I really want to thank you again. Thank you all for subscribing, 5,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can get to at least 7,000 by the end of the year. What you say, guys? Make we hit 7K by the end of the year. Well, 10K. Let's do 10K by the end of the year. 10K for 2,000. Oh, I was trying to rhyme. Wasn't going to work. All right. So let's see if we can get to 10K by the end of the year. That's within a month. I know a lot of people are saying, how are you going to do that? But, you know, nothing is impossible. Let's see how we can manage that. 10K by the end of the year. Yes. So thank you, guys. Please remember, please remember, get people involved with the UIC, right? Share the UIC with them. Get them to donate. Donation is very important. It's key. As I just said earlier, you know, we depend on the people to fund the UIC. So yeah, we need your help. We need your help. And so if we can get 1,000 people donating $25 a month, that will do a lot for us here at the UIC. All right, so I'm begging too much now. I've said enough. 10K and send money. We need to make a big difference. Join, donate, and live good. Amen, Alan Scott. You're on point. 10,000 more subscribers by next week. Absolutely, Wes. Martin Williams, thanks for being the voice for us security officers. You're welcome, Martin. Chapter 9 music, 100. Thank you. Joseph Edwards, we Jamaicans need to see how Badlands are managed by barons and clippers. People, power, and politics. See how peasants soon hang onto buses and trucks like monkeys to support party politics. That's a whole other thing, you know. I mean, they have money to buy out bus and all these things. So we need your help. And you know, if you have family and friends in Jamaica, get them to donate as well. $1,000 a month, $250 a week. You know, you're able to donate to the UIC. Again, if you can get 1,000 people donating 1,000 Jamaican dollars a week, I mean a month, you know, that will also help. So spread the word, people. Spread the word. Spread the word. As Wade Noble said, yes, we can, and we're going to do it. So good night, everyone. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you all, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very interesting program. Mr. Neil is going to be on the program tomorrow, and he has a very interesting topic. I don't want to, you know, let the cat out of the bag, but it's going to be a really nice topic. So please tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. So thanks again, and tune in tomorrow. God bless. Oh, sorry. One Jamaica, stronger together.